Hello. Let's check it out. Make sure I can see YouTube side of things. Yeah, it's fair. Hello. Hold on, let me get a hold of my regular channel and then make sure that's on. View tab. There we go. There's that. There we go. So this is a game that I've been wanting to show because I actually really like the game. It's been a fun experience. Not exactly sure what we're gonna be doing. We might just go through the normal story bits. But as a bit of early celebration to not only the factor of me able to get this going, but also the anime that is around the corner. That's literally kind of gonna be popping off tomorrow. I thought it'd be fun to have. Oh yeah, this is gonna have an anime. Though it's only kind of stuck to Disney Plus, so I'm kind of sad that I won't be able to properly see it. Yeah, it's a Disney Plus anime so this is a series that is made by the same person who made Black Butler. So yeah. Give me a moment, folks. There we go, back. Sorry about that. Just want to make sure, is it too loud for folks before I continue talking? I want to double check and make sure if audio is good. So this is a game that's been around for at for the Japan side, it's been around since 2020, I think. Like they're on the Japan side, they're hitting the 5-year anniversary for this game. On our end, it's only been active for about 3 years. We have not gotten to the 4th year anniversary yet for this game. On the English side. So there are some. Yeah. There was talks about an anime-esque thing. There were animations in the past, but one of the big hopes were this being a animated series, which it actually did. The cool thing is it's actually based off the manga. Also, again, if my mic is too loud, or like if the audio is too screwed up, let me know. I'm gonna lower this a little bit. Audio is still finicky. So I'm trying to make sure things are not too loud for folks by mistake. I'm just trying to like make sure things are not so botched. Anyway, let's get things going.
悪ガキ3人組がジャミルにいたずらを仕掛けようとしてた。止めたのかって？当然知らないふりをしたわ。
Hi, Bill. Hold on. It's at the max. Like, on OBS. Like, on the OBS side, I'm hitting max. I'm in the red. From looks-wise. Hold on. Let me... Hold on. Let me do this instead. Okay. I just want to make sure because, again, on my end, from what...
そのものが飾りになってるのね。シックなデザインを崩さず。個性が足されてて素敵。
Hi, Bill. On my end, it looks like I'm peaking over the mic limit on my OBS. So that's why I'm questioning if I am actually sounding good or not. Because I am, like, hitting over red a lot. Okay. I don't want my squeaky voice causing, like, a bit of an issue for folks. Anyway, this is Vil. This is one of the characters on here. He's in, right now they're, so right now there is a Halloween event happening. It's not, which is this little thing right here. Right now, the 5th book, because these little mini events for seasonal content of like little event stuff will only have like normally about 5 quote-unquote books, which are basically, because how they have the game is, let me go. So they have it so they're calling each major thing a book, with each little thing inside the book chapters. And which is funny because the manga, the actual physical manga for this is like episodes of Heartspiel, which is like first book, episodes of Savannah Claw, which is the 2nd book, and so forth, which is actually really kind of funny, honestly.
悪ガキ3人組がジャミルにいたずらを仕掛けようとしてた。止めたのかって？当然 知らないふりをしたわ。
So, not in game. In the anime that's coming up tomorrow, that's gonna be released tomorrow, there is a English dub that is gonna be hitting the anime, but in game there is no English dub. So we only get like speech bubbles in English with these guys. Fun fact, in the anime that's coming up tomorrow, all the voice actors from the mobile game are taking part in the roles in the Japanese dub of the anime. So there's no changes on casts on the Japan side. The only new voice actors will just be the those who are dubbing in other languages, like English. And there's actually a handful of goddamn characters. Yeah, so I have no problem because, again, this is more visual novel sense, so we can go as our own pace with, like, how things look. Of, like, pacing. But, some of the English casts is gonna be so goddamn fun. I am curious on how they're gonna be sounding like. I'm definitely gonna be listening to the original Japan voices personally. I'll listen to the English cast with folks. For example, if I ever get my hands on the anime for like Discord watching and so forth, we can have that where we watch the dub version in Discord. It is a visual novel. This is a hold on. You know what? Let's go through. Let's go to the epilogue first. Let's have a bit of fun and do the epilogue to showcase what it. This is the epilogue of the main story. What's that noise?
やべえ、そろそろ人が来ちまうぞ。早いところ制服を。この蓋、重たいんだぞ。
This little weighs a ton.
こうなったら、奥の手だ。
Try this on for some.
それ。さてさて、お目当ての。いやー！お前、なんでも起きてるんだ。
A talking weasel!
誰がタヌキじゃ！俺様はグリム様なんだぞ。
I am no weasel.
まあいい。そこの人間、俺様にその服をよこすんだぞ。さもなくば丸焼きだ。
So, let me skip. So I have problems with visual novels normally. Okay, my bad. I accidentally clicked on it. Let's change you up. Hold on. Where's Leona? I want to switch into Leona because I still like his. There he is. So, normally I'm really bad with visual novels. Like, honestly, I am normally super bad with them because a bit of ADHD brain, so I normally don't. I don't normally. Yes, hi. I am normally really super bad with visual novels because my attention span does not work too well, but with this game I actually have no problem with it being a visual novel because the story itself is really entertaining. Plus, with the main story itself being voiced, in some regard, I can follow along still. Because it being voiced in some capacity still keeps me hooked. My personal problem is when a visual novel doesn't have anything to, in the sense of voice-wise. Even if, so with this game, because the main story is voiced, I can hear everybody's voices. I can understand, like, how they sound like in my head. If I go into, like, the, side events. Because the side events actually do not have voices in a normal sense, besides a few examples here and there. A good example would be actually the event going on right now, which is the Nightmare Before Christmas event type that is active. This is kind of like a little bit of a storybook with a few game elements. There's two different types of game modes when you're going through the story or like side stories. There is the battles, which is actually kind of like a little puzzler a little bit because it's different elements of spells. Here's like a good example. Should I actually have enough for upgrading one of these because actually uncap. I am gonna uncap you.
もっと僕を求めるがいい。お前になら僕は答えよう。
There we go. So there are two games, like little sections within the story. There is the... Oh, this is Malleus. I like all the characters. Oh, well, the funny thing is this game, the animations is made using 2D Live, actually. Like, the animations you see is actually made in 2D Live. So they're kind of rigged up with 2D Live. But, anyway, you see that there's, like, different elements on each card. It's kind of a little bit of a rock, paper, scissors sort of ordeal mixed with status effects. Yeah, kind of. But there's a rock, paper, scissors type of element with status effects that can be implemented. For example, the reason why I upgraded Malleus here is because he actually is a support card. I have very little support cards. I've gotten so little support cards. So,
こんなことで僕が変わったと。
So for Malleus here, you have to normally pick at least 2 spells from their equipment. A lot of these cards only have 2 spells, so you don't have to change much with them. But the SSR cards, which are these top yellow cards here, have a 3rd spell that you can unlock, like Malleus, which I just did for Malleus here. And when he has a 3rd spell, you can actually pick and choose which spell you want to use with him. But if, so, yeah, with him, he's a bit of a support card. Because his first spell is a healing spell, which will heal you up. second spells always tend to be dual magic. Dual magic is when you have another character in your party, because how battles go, you have to select 5 different characters to battle. And depending on how they are, they can work together. So for example, like I said, Mally's here works well with Trey, but if I look into his buddy levels, if I have Trey in the team, he not only gets a powerful attack from Trey, but he gets a minor HP and power boost with Trey as well. So there's actually a whole system of like things going on with the battle systems in this, which is actually really cool. But yeah, I wanted to upgrade him because he actually is really helpful, because he is not only a healer, but he also stops a status effect for a few rounds with that last spell that I just unlocked. So I needed that. I wanted it.
寝ぼけて見間違えたわけじゃなさそうだな。外した頭を投げ合って遊ぶとは気味の悪いガキどもだ。
Okay, see ya. But so anyway, let's get actually I can
素敵なお方、こんばんは。この良き出会いにキスを。
have my greetings and a kiss. To offer any less would be a remiss.
時にあなたはハロウィンをご存知ですか？
Is Halloween a holiday you celebrate?
知らない？ああ、それはいけないね。
If not, I'm happy to elucidate. I'm bad with words. Speech problem. Beat it. I have slight speech problem. I have slight problems with speaking at times. It's a dumb moment for me. Anyway, be happy to elucidate.
ハロウィンとは恐怖。
Halloween is fright.
ハロウィンとは憧れ。
Halloween is aspiration.
ハロウィンとは悪夢。
Halloween is a nightmare of our own creation.
この夜を尽くして、我が輩があなたに教えて差し上げましょう。
I could spend all eve just setting the scene.
これぞハロウィン。これこそがハロウィン。そう。これが。
For the special holiday we call
ハロウィンだ。
Halloween. So fun fact with this dude. This specific character. I found out who voices him. So while we may not get many voice moments with this character during the event, once his card drops next year, because he does have a quote-unquote card that we're going to be able to get next year when the event does a rerun, I am totally going to be trying to get him, because his voice actor is a little bit of my childhood. Because I found out that his voice actor is Shinji Kudo and Kato Kid from the Detective Conan universe. I found that out, and I may or may be a nerd about that series on Detective Conan wise, so I do want to get a hold of the series, get a hold of like his card. Plus, Scully is a fucking dumb fuck that is just friendly. I actually like the fact that this event isn't as life-threatening as the other events that happened in the past. I'll show those a bit later on like what occurred. Okay. It is kind of funny on that front. Guys, this event is a lot more chill than the other two events that happened. And I just kind of think it's kind of funny on that front. Cause, like, it is really, I just think it's really funny on that front. Anyway, I only popped up the prologue because of that moment. Because a lot of the prologues tend to have a moment of... So anyway, let's actually level up a card. I am... Hi, yeah. Let's level the guys up.
死後は許せん。当然よ。当然よ。当然よ。
僕の生まれる前の話だ。
尊敬できる偉人だ。
これも自分磨き。
リンゴにも歴史が。
まったく。
Oh shoot, did I forget to change... I did. I forgot to change Impel's look. I need to do that once, we're done with the lessons here.
死後は許せん。簡単すぎるわ。
I have a tendency of if they have outfits, if they have like unique outfits, I'll switch them into their unique outfits because I actually like to have their outfits shown during lessons. It does not matter if they're a SSR, an SR, or just a rare. I like to have their looks active because I think it's funny just during these classes. Didn't come in. I don't know. Some cards are. You're okay. Let me just go. Visuals. Okay, cool. You're still being leveled up. There we go. Here we go. Okay.
寝ぼけて見間違えたわけじゃなさそうだな。
Yeah, I know Ingo. It's... I'm trying to think of what I want to do because I honestly came into this with no plans. I just wanted to show off something I like. That was all my mental state was going for today's stream. Is I want to show off something I like. Let's go through the... Right this way, my liege. Take care of your step. This place is swarming with humans. Whoa, look, those horns. That's Malleus Dracana, isn't it? Oh man, I'm freaking out. Better keep my distance if I know what's good for me. And they're all gone. True, they did seem to be in some strange rush to clear out, didn't they? Well, nothing should trouble my liege now. What luck! I presume all these locals coming and going must mean this is where the second-hand book fair is being held. How did you learn of this event, Sebek? There was a poster advertising it at a bookstore I frequent. Where the fun in browsing books? They don't even taste good. Let's go eat something instead. Quiet, you! I was prepared for this to be a simple outing with my liege, until you invite yourself along in hopes of a meal. Oogie, what matter of education is this dire beast receiving? Sebek? No. Peace, Sebek. Spending time with the dire beast and the child of man is a lively change of pace. I couldn't agree more, sir! I tag along because I was hoping to get some fair food, but instead it's just books, and plot twist workbooks. What a huge crowd of people doing a place that ain't even got any food. The second-hand book fair. Of course, books are gonna be the focus. From what I understand, it's a event they put on for a long time now. Sage Island is home to many scholars. It's only natural there would be a thriving market for used books. Though I am skeptical whether such a market offers books engaging enough for someone as a rooted... I'm gonna butcher any fancy words you guys will be saying. Not gonna lie, I definitely a butchered moment there. on. Give me a moment. Eh. There we go. I'm quickly doing a thing. So. There we go. There we go. Okay. Edward as yourself, my liege. Is that you, Sebek? Appel! I see Vil is with you as well. Well, complete lack of crowds around Malleus makes you easy to spot. Are you here to shop? We are. I trust you're doing the same. Yes, I'm hoping to find an old potionology book, as it so happens. I borrowed it from Vil, and it was so informative, I wanted to get a copy of my own. It's out of print, and hard to get now. So we figured if we find it anywhere, it would be at the secondhand book fair. Oh, that's usually studious of you. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? I study as much as the next guy. A questionable claim. The only place where I see you shine is PE. He's got a point. I don't have to take this for someone Professor Cruel put in after-school detention. You're all pathetic if you ask me. Perhaps you should go back to middle school for a do-over. Really? Are you that condescending even to your fellow freshmen? That voice. Ah! If it isn't Rose Hearts and Clover. Are you here for the book fair as well? Yeah. Gretel invited me along to help pick out some essential reading material for the freshmen of our dorm. Aha! You have book recommendations tailored specifically to freshmen? Not exactly. I'm looking for an illustrated etiquette manual. Something I could read to our newest hand of card soldiers to show them what true class should look like. See, a pretty big fight broke out in the dorm yesterday. I bet I know who was involved. The students of Hartseoble are still in need of such books. Deplorable. You could use one yourself if you ask me. It's true, Sebek. You're invited to my book reading, and acceptance is mandatory. Boy, that reading's gonna be lively too. We won't be requiring any tea or snacks. Trey, now which book to choose? The best news. Oh, are you looking for something? Perhaps I keep on thinking it's Leona for some reason. My bad. Perhaps we could be assistants. We'd be happy to help you acquire whatever it is you want. Ah, Jade, Azul. I didn't know you guys were here too. I suppose that means my brother is also in attendance? Sadly, no. You'll be disappointed to hear Floyd's in the middle of a shift at the Monstro Lounge. That's actually the best news I've heard all day. All week, even. We've heard about the event from customers, and ducked out to see it for ourselves. The idea of a fair for old books is fascinating. Knowing you, I trust you're looking for some trivial business book or the like. Oh, ad break. So game. There's an ad break on the Twitch side, so give me a moment. It should be ending pretty soon on Twitch side. Also, hello anyone to coming in. Normally this is a voice thing. There is like voices, but it's only to the main story. This is a side story that's a seasonal event wise. This is like, hi Mike. Yeah, this is normally voiced, but since this is a side event, they don't normally have it voiced for side events, other than a few bits here and there. Please, Sebek, business lyrics have a very limited shelf life. There's no point in acquiring out-of-date information. You're not wrong, but it's still off-putting to hear that from Octavian's student. As a matter of fact, we're looking for books about Halloween. Whatever for. Halloween is just around the corner. We're hoping to find something to serve as reference and inspiration for the Monstro Lounge Halloween event. Oh, yes. My classmates have been gushing about decorating their dormitories. Night Raven College likes to celebrate Halloween on a grand scale, doesn't it? I was surprised myself the first time I spent Halloween at school. Between welcoming off-campus visitors, putting up fancy decorations, holding feasts, and singing and dancing, everyone seemed quite excited for the one time a year when ghosts return from the afterlife. You have my assurance that you'll find your first Night Raven College Halloween quite enjoyable as well, Sebek. Actually, Fast, this is not a romance game. This is not a Tomy game by any means. You cannot date any of these characters. None of these characters are dateable. This is not a dating game. Yeah. It is a Disney game. No lie, this is a Disney game, but all these characters are one, not the villain, are not at all. Yeah, there's the anime's not out yet. It's tomorrow. And it's, the anime's following the manga, which follows the story of the phone app game, because the phone app game came out first. The manga is basically more of a easier read through for this visual novel-esque game. Right now, I am doing the Halloween event. Which... oh. Thank you, sure. I truly look forward to Halloween at Night Raven College under your rulership, my liege. Yeah, so the thing with these characters is, yes, some of them look like particular Disney villains, but they are not the Disney villains themselves. They are actually kind of like, the most I've heard is I'm not too sure if it's true or not, but Malleus here is possibly a descendant to Maleficent, but he himself is not Maleficent. As much as, like, Riddle over here is not the Red Queen. They are their own characters. When the last I checked, there wasn't any such rulership involved. You know, considering you'll come here in search of potionology texts, illustration etiquette guides, and Halloween books, this fair must have a electric range of offerings. What manner of book are you hoping to find, my liege? I'd like to take this opportunity to discover books I wouldn't normally read. You normally read older books, explore complex subjects, and highbrow history tomes. So if we're to diverge from those, I suppose that would be something one could easily pick up and put down? Essay or poetry collection, perhaps, or fiction? In that case, how about a comic book? I saw a place selling nothing but comics over there. Ah, comics. That's certainly a medium I have little exposure to. A fine suggestion, Ikel! I'm trying not to be too loud because I do not know how my audio is currently, because on my OBS, it looks like I am peeking way too far into the red with my OBS. So again, apologies for, like, the audio stuff. It's just a case of I do not know how loud I am being. And Ipel is actually one of the louder characters in this thing. He yells a lot. I believe that the store we're looking for... India! Okay, after this, like, quote-unquote chapter of the event, I'm gonna showcase all the guys, because I want to showcase the guys in some manner. And he's gone. Was that me, or was that very pallid man just standing there? I'm pretty sure that was only Idia. Ignore him. There's no benefit whatsoever to initiating a conversation with him. There's nothing except a bunch of lousy books here. But this place is drawing a whole crowd of Night Raven college students. You think anyone else we know is around? Where did he go? Khalid? I know that voice. Why, hello there, Jamil. You look distressed. I was browsing books with Kaleem, but he disappeared while I was grabbing off grabbing drinks. He is not picking up his phone, no matter how many times I call. Oh, have any of you seen him? Actually, I saw him chatting with some other boys from Scarabia. Yes, they were scrolling around and browsing the books together, and Kaleem seemed so excited. He could have easily failed to hear his phone. What? I told him clearly and repeatedly to not leave the bench. My word, I shudder to imagine what I go through in your position. Okay, Jamil, calm down. If he's with other students from your dorm, he probably won't be getting into any trouble. Exactly. You should relax and enjoy yourself. You expect me to relax? Tell me where you saw him now. Oh, great. We keep picking up strays. I see him. Ugh. Wait a minute. Ain't that? Okay, so let me go back to home menu.
道端で演奏してた連中。次に見かけたら何かリクエストしてみるか。
Let's go through some of the characters for a moment. I want to show off some of the characters to you guys. So they're kind of separated into their own dorms, but this is Hearts of Buell. This is the dorm that we're gonna be focusing that the anime that's coming out tomorrow is gonna be mainly focused on in the first season, because it's split up to 3. Knowledge-wise, it's known to have 3 seasons at least at the current moment. Hopefully they do more if it gets pretty well off in the sense of things, but right now the 3 seasons have been announced for Hearts of Buell, Savannah Claw, and Octavio. The dorm itself gives you an idea of what these characters' themes are in some aspect. Hearts of Buell is definitely Alice in Wonderland with the Red Queen and card suits. though each character has a little bit of a mix of like other characters involved to their designs and quirks and so forth. For example, Trey here apparently has a little bit of Mad Hatter-esque to the Red King mixed into his like vibe, in the sense of how he is in some elements to him, like his birthday. Savannah Claw is Lion King, specifically Scar. Ruggy is a hyena, though Jack has always been the kind of one that eludes me a little bit because he's actually a wolf. Honestly, I think he's more honestly, Jack. So, yeah, so my feeling with Jack is he's actually more themed off the wolves from Beauty and the Beast. That's my like feeling wise on like what he's more themed wise, but it's not confirmed. And I think a lot of people just kind of put him with the because he is in Savannah Claw, but I personally think Jack is actually not a Lion King inspiration character, but actually more Beauty and the Beast, possibly. With the scene of the wolves attacking Belle in the woods. I think he's actually more themed off of that, possibly. But that's just a personal like gut feeling of mine in a way. I could be entirely wrong on that. Octavio is Little Mermaid, so Azul is themed off of Ursula, with Jade and Floyd being the Eel twins. They are actually merfolk. There's actually a cool like lore reason why they actually have legs and so forth, which is actually there is a underwater merfolk civilization, but due to history of like how things evolved over the years, merfolks were able to go onto land thanks to potions and so forth, potions and spells and such. And so there is a kind of like governmental system to allow merfolks to have access to these resources much more easier to get onto land. And these three are three who are part under that system in a sense of things. Scarabia is Aladdin themed, with Colleen being themed off the Sultan more so, and Jamil is actually themed off of Jafar's snake staff, which is actually really cool. Prophet, I am gonna butcher these dorm names, especially these later ones, because again, I have a slight speech problem. So, fancy words tend to kind of twist up my tongue a lot more easily. But, Pompadour, whatever this dorm is, this is the evil queen from Snow White. Or Snow White's themed dorm. Bill is actually definitely based off the evil queen herself in anime, but he's actually really nice. I actually don't mind Vil. Being a star actor sort of like character, he is actually not that bad. Once you pass his like book in the main story, he is actually really decent. Then there is Appel, and then Rook. Appel, I think, is based off of more of the apple than anything else, and Rook is the hunter. Then Ignite, which is Hades themed, though I am not quite sure on theming on like elements of the character's inspiration. I know Idia is Hades in coded in some elements. I say some because the dude is a hikikomori. He's a shut-in. He's an anti-social shut-in. But I don't care. He's friend. He's friend. And then Ortho is an interesting other case. I don't know what Ortho's main inspiration beats are, to be honest. Then there is Dysomnia, which is Maleficent, Sleeping Beauty. Of course, Malleus here is themed off of Maleficent herself. From my knowledge, Sebek is actually themed off of Maleficent's power, like fire and lightning. So that's why he's incredibly loud. But he also has a mix of the minions that follow Maleficent in his like thing as well. I can't remember what Lilia here is themed off of, in what elements from the Sleeping Beauty Veil. Silver, on the other hand, he's an interesting one, because I have a full feeling that he's be with Kaleem in the sense of, if it wasn't for specific things, he would probably be in the other school. So the place that we're in is a school with two different schools. We're currently in one school called Night Raven College, and then the other school is on the other side of the mountain. Other side of the island called I think Royal Sword Academy, which is more of the hero-themed characters, which we barely see. We've only kind of interact with a handful from that side. Silver and Kaleem feel like they would belong in Royal Sword if it wasn't for Pacific things. Like, Kaleem has a reason, mainly because he wanted to be with Jamil. Jamil's friend, he wanted to stay with Jamil, so family kind of like paid cruelly to allow Kaleem to be here. Silver, on the other hand, I'm not too sure. Maybe because of the close family thing. But, Silver, from my understanding, his influences are actually off the Sword of Truth, as well as Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. So he actually has good element ties to him, in a funny sense, which is actually really interesting. So I swear, I think if it was another timeline, Silver and Kaleem would have ended up in Royal Sword. And here's the faculty members, in a sense the school staff that we get to interact with a lot of the time. We can go right to left. First off is Sam. He basically runs the school shop on campus. Very much Dr. Nefarious. I believe that's his name. He's the villain from... He's themed off the villain from Princess of the Frog. But the dude's actually really friendly. Like, he's just a shopkeeper. He's a fun dude. Then there's Vargas. Aston Vargas. He is the PE teacher of the school. As it's clear as day, he is very much just, he is just kind of mainly inspired by, Gaston, funny enough. Truthfully, he's just goofy. I don't mind Vargas too much. Then there's Train. who is actually more themed off the evil stepmother from Cinderella, cat included. But Train is the he's mainly history. He's mainly the history teacher, but I would think he is also one that teaches animal linguistics in the sense of helping people understand animals, because that is a thing to this world, where you can actually learn how to understand animals, which is actually really cool. Though it might be Corella. No, Train most likely is definitely the one that teaches that. Then there is Grell. Not too hard to see his inspirations. Definitely Krell coded. Especially since he calls the students puppies and such. Really weird. But he basically does post analogy, yeah. He's the science teacher basically. And then there's Crowley. The headmaster of the school that everyone wants to throttles and just lock up in the jar and shake it like a madman. Crowley here, he is not a great head mage. He is not the great headmaster of the school. He is not. He calls himself great headmaster, but the dude is not that great. The dude spends a lot of time vacationing, or like planning out vacations and just goofing off. And I've always kind of snickered at people's reactions when they first see him. It's like, oh, he's not so bad. Then later on, when he's hanging resources above your head so you could do his job for him, like he actually hangs like the threat of kicking out of the school, because you're not supposed to actually be in the school, because one, we're magicless, and the school is meant for magical folk. So we are actually not supposed to be in this school to start with. We are magicless folks in a school full of magic. Normally we would be instantly kicked out straight off the bat. But since this is an isekai story, that is not possible at the moment. So we can't really get set back too easily. So we're kind of stuck here, having to deal with this shit. The other characters we've interacted with, one of them I do not have his card for, which is Rollo. He's from one of the past Halloween events. I do hope that it comes back this next year. It might be, because it's actually one of the more popular events. Definitely one of the more popular events, so I would not be surprised if he comes back again. But I do want to get his card at some point, just so I can actually have it. But Rollo has clear inspirations off of a specific character from the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Just replace the R with an F, and you'll get the idea of who that is. And then Ernesto, he is, or Honest Fellow from like Japan name. I believe that's what the Japan name is for this guy. But I call him Ernesto because that's the English side that we got. But he is themed off the fox, and he has a little buddy that is themed off the cat from Pinocchio. I actually do have his card, so that's why I'm able to pop him up. I don't have the teachers who popped in, so I still want to get those at some point. And then there's Grim. Grim is kind of, I think he is just a original character of sorts that got made for this game. He is our little sidekick. He is stuck with us because Crowley, because Grim is not supposed to be in the school either because he is a monster, like a full-on monster. He actually is a creature. But Crowley has kind of put us stuck to each other in a way. Yeah. A monster inspires to be a great mage. He's granted enrollment together with the main character as a package deal, and they live together in the ramshackle dorm. Yeah. So we're trying to get around the whole rules of we're not supposed to be here. This normally we would be kicked out. Crowley kind of tied us two together in the sense of things because we somehow managed to wrangle some students into working together, which is a very rare thing apparently in this goddamn school. Okay. Anyway, let's continue on the story. Let's continue on the story. Nice. Actually, before I do, let me quickly BRB because my throat is starting to get sore because I haven't been streaming that much and I haven't been this chatty before. So, let me get something to quickly get something to drink. Before we continue. So, I'll be back in a moment. Also, hello everybody from the YouTube side, just lurking and watching. I am just kind of slowly going through the Halloween event. I'm not too sure what else we're going to be doing in the sense of shenanigans wise with this game. I just want to show off the game I really like. I'm going to be right back, just so I can actually get something to drink. Because again, I'm not too sure, I have not been this chatty before. And such, so my throat is a little sore, which is how I'm chatting. So yeah, be right back. Okay. I am Baccaroni. There we go. Okay, I am back. Let's... I got some water and another different type, another drink, instance of a soda and a water. Oh, also, slight funny.
道端で演奏してた連中。
はいよよ。
次に見かけたら何かリクエス
So
トして
I
みるか。
do know.
俺は明るい曲が好きなんでね。
I'll wait until you're done. Okay, there we go. So in the mirror thing is the gacha, in honesty. I do have enough to get the pity because I did try getting so many roles for Jamil, but I am not gonna get Jamil. I'm gonna hold off till Sebek drops because honestly, I want to try getting Sebek and I only have enough so many keys. I do not think I am gonna be able to get all 3 of the SSR cards for this event. I honestly don't think I'm gonna be able to. Even though I do want it. I do not think I'm gonna be able to.
寝ぼけて見間違えたわけじゃな
So
さ
yes,
そうだな。
I know I have
外した頭を投げ合って
gems to
遊ぶと
spend on the gacha.
は気の悪いガキどもだ。
Yes, I know I have gems to spend on the goddamn gacha. It is just the factor of I just don't want to spend it right now because I want to get Sebek. I want to get the main boyo. Okay, let's get back into the event. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. There we go. You other fool. Wait a minute, ain't that? Hey, Leona! I see you over there. Get lost, Furball. You're bothering me. And not just anyone could shout a casual hello to Leona. Grim's a bold guy. Why, Leona, it's not every day I see you in such a crowded place. Yeah, well, sometimes even indoor cats like me feel like going out in the sun. I wasn't expecting to have a run-in with the lizard, though. So much for my nice day off. Who are you calling a lizard? Not you. The guys with the horns over there. Huh? What? How could you be so rude? Looks like Sebek's iris skyrocketed as soon as he realized Leona's comment was regarding Malleus. It's midday, yet you look so drowsy, King Scholar. Perhaps some time in the sun with a book would do you good. You're the one that could use a good airing out. You wouldn't want those horns to grow any moss. Guys! Guys, stop! Not here. Not here. Not here, please. Don't start fighting in the middle of all this foot traffic. You're scaring the other visitors. Yeah, let's move on. Were you looking for anything in particular, Leona? Not really. I just wanted to see if they had any books I could pass the time with. And now I'm leaving. The last thing I need is some merry little outing with you people. Hey, looky, it's boring here. Let's head back with Leona and get something to eat. Ah! Ow. Alright, what jerk left this book on the road just so I could trip over it? That's a curious book. Yes, actually. For a book with no title on the cover, its binding seems usually fancy. Is that a mirror on the front? I've never seen a design like that on a book before. It does look nice. What's the book about? Stop. Don't open it. Huh? I sense a strange presence emanating from within its pages. It isn't bad, but it isn't good either. It's an odd sensation, one I haven't felt before. If you of all people are describing it that way, we shouldn't do anything risky with it. Hey, give me that book. Alice and Leona both are acting wary. You should probably do as they say. Of course, going against Malice's wishes would be unthinkable. Come on, Grim. Hand it over quickly and... Okay, I gotta see what's inside. What? What's with all the light? I did try to warn you. Grim, you utter fool. Ah! So apparently there was music to this, but it was either taken out or it's just glitched. I'm not too sure on reason why we're not getting the audio. I'm not too sure on that front. So we are sadly dealing with silence with this event.
Lost in the Book with the Nightmare Before Christmas 始まりのハロウィーン
There we go. Okay. Prepare the grill. Where am I?
もし
ねえ、もし、あなた。この腕の中で眠る素敵な人。
Hello? Hello? A lovely person is fast asleep in my arms.
我が輩の声が聞こえているかな？
Can you hear me? Who's talking?
ねえ、あなた。どうかそのまぶたを開けてくださるといいのですが。
Excuse me, I very much appreciate it if you could open your eyes. What in the world happened? Hitherlands. Oh, good. You're awake. How are you feeling? Easy there. No need to scramble to your feet. Here, take my hand. There you are. Who are you? There will be time for us to get better acquainted later. Taking stock of things should come first. Are these other prune figures friends of yours? Where am I? Yeah. I'm all blurry-eyed. Where is this place? Oh, thank everything that is good and just not a scratch on me. My head hurts. I'm dizzy. It's getting dark. Has night fallen already? I could have sworn it was still mid-afternoon. We were in town when, what were we doing again? I seem to recall Grim opening a strange book. Then light engulfs us. I can't remember what happened afterward. Where am I? Liege! Are you safe? Kaleem! He's not here? You stupid little furball! I am gonna make roastery beast, dire beast out of ya! That was a little bit of tongue twister. I'm gonna try that again. I'm gonna make roastery dire beast out of you. Allow me to prepare the grill. And I'll sharpen the spit. I like the looks of these. Not just because of the outfits, but the whole design change they did. They purposely made it everybody look a little bit more sketchy looking, like they're part of an actual manga, which I love. I gotta love this because they didn't do this for the Lilo and Stitch event. I really like the look. Look at everybody! Everybody looks fancy! Yeah, these guys are the 3 SSRs. I do want to get all of them. I've not gotten a event where I got all the SSRs yet, but I only started like last year during Playland. But I do want to get all of them. What's with the outfits? Why are you dressed like that? Might want to take a look at yourself before you go asking that. What are you doing that bizarre patchwork getup? Wait, I'm similarly dressed? Why is everyone dressed up all fancy and... Wait a minute. There's something on my neck. I can't get it off. What is it? Oogie, how do I look? Look, you look cute. What? That's gonna amp up my animal magnetism even more than usual. 1, 2, 3. I'm counting 12 people in this herd. I guess we all lost consciousness. What did I do to get dragged into this honking gaggle of extroverts? I'm confused by your prior disappearance. Where did you get off to? Rummaging through the pile of comics in search of first editions of some of my favorite classic manga. Ah, so you were browsing the comic vendor we were standing near. And that confirms this is everyone who was present when the book was opened. So, who are you? Do. Who are you? Who are you? Allow me to introduce myself. I'm named Scully J. Graves. I would usually offer a more proper greeting with a company kiss, but this is hardly the time for pleasantries, isn't it? Oh, good, we don't have to spell it out. Wherever you are, whatever you want, if you try anything funny, you'll regret it. You know, getting hit with a binding spell before we could finish even trading introductions was not the greeting I was anticipating. I anticipated. That was quick on their part. I have to hand it to Sebek and Jamil for immediately restraining the threat the moment they grasp our situation. We're in a strange place, clad in strange clothing, and faced with a strange stranger. It's suspicious. No, did I? Okay. Slight attention got folded up there. It's suspicious. No matter how you slice it. Scully, was it? You'll tell us the truth if you know what's good for you. Are you the reason we're here? Hardly. One minute I was at a second-hand book fair in town. The next thing I knew, I was here in this attire. The last thing I saw in town was a strange book, I believe. A second-hand book fair in town, where you found a strange book. Does that mean you're in the same situation as us? Like a likely tale. What is your situation exactly? Are you from Sage's Island? Actually, we go to not. Wait! Don't divulge personal details to some random stranger, Nini. How can you be so trusting? He is right. Considering the situation we're in, we should be pumping this guy for information, not volunteering our own. I'm the Great Grim! Muggy. It's a pleasure, Grim. Oogie. Come on! Let me just lower. I'm trying. Apologies again, folks, if I'm a little bit too loud. Let me know, and I'll try to lower the mic settings, because again, I'm trying not to make sure I'm not too loud. It's just OBS is saying I'm too loud, and I don't know if that's the truth or not. Maybe that's a little bit more better on the mic side. Hopefully. Not one shred of self-preservation. You seem suspicious of me. Not that I can blame you, of course. And I can't help but know that you're all acquainted. I'm the odd one out, even here. I won't ask for your life story, but would you at least be willing to introduce yourselves? It'd be most awkward indeed to be unable to put names to such lovely faces. I earnestly beseech you. This is a state of emergency. I request a meeting of house wardens and vice house wardens. Agreed. You guys need to work those bird brains of. You guys need to work those bird brain of yours for a change. House wardens and vice house wardens? Wait, that's everyone but the freshmen. Larry, chop liver? I'm half relieved, half miffed. He's still tied up in the spell. Yeah, he's looking right at us. He really wants us to help him out, huh? Awkward. Alright, what do we do with him? Good question. With our memories all fuzzy, we've got no way to verify his claims. Okay, come on, dude. Okay, come on. Dude's obviously as sus as it gets. Who actually talks all flowery like that? At least he's not using cryptic net slangs. Cryptic net slang like someone else I know. Appearance-wise, he looks to be about our age. and he does have a gentlemanly air about him. He could be lying through his teeth, or he could be telling the truth. I could befriend him and question him about what's happening, if that isn't too hasty of a move to make. I don't know. I rather like that approach. I don't know. I rather like that approach. Forcing some answers out of him would be the quickest way to solve this dilemma. For someone with such an elegant appearance, you got some crude methods. I think it's much too soon to resort to brute force. Does it really matter if he's working an angle? This is a guy we can easily subdue by force if we have to. Indeed, especially considering we have the advantage in sheer numbers. Okay, to summarize, here's what we'll do. Uh... should be fine on caption side. Okay, yeah, it should be fine. The S strategy. Are you finished conferring amongst yourselves? Yes, we are. I apologize for treating you so roughly. We'll release you now. You have to understand, we're all huge cowards. We got a little jumpy. I'm terribly sorry. Hope you forgive our appalling lack of manners. Are you hurt at all? I can't apologize enough for, suspecting you. What in the world is going on? They changed our whole attitude. Ah! Leona just used a hand signal. That's the one for the strategy in our Spell Drive playbook. S strategy? What's that? It's S for small fry, as in small fry aren't worth the hassle. How rude. Would you would belittle your opponents to such an extent? Fascinating. Your names all have such lovely ring to them. It's a privilege to be able to utter them. Hey! What do you think you're doing? Whoa. My... Watch it! Oh. What's everyone getting upset over? May I ask your names as well? I'm a Filmer. It's nice to meet you. I'm Sebek Zigvolt. I have no intentions of getting chummy with a human, but I'm willing to follow Malice's example and share my name. Appel Sebek, it's just a pleasure. Allow me to extend my deepest gratitude for the occasion of our acquaintance. What's wrong with you? How dare you kiss someone's hand without permission? Likewise, Oogie and Grim, it's a delight! Hey! He smooshed my perfectly groomed fur! You do this with everyone. Huh. No wonder Bill and the others freaked out. Talk about Krampus. Wait, you kissed Malice's hand as well? I won't stand for it if you did. I like this madness. I really do. Now I've sanitized my hands, let's review our situation, shall we? Yes, let's just move on. We've opened up a mysterious book, after which we all woke up here. The question is, where is here? We seem to be in a forest, but it's not the woods near campus. It's very densely wooded, suggesting that it's not maintained by people. Densely wooded? Ah! Oh, I just what I was afraid of. No signal. My smartphone's useless here. What do I do? Does that mean we can't contact anyone at school? Yeah, it does. But that's not the problem. Is there something else troubling about this? This is gonna break my Mobaj login streaks. Idia. We're stuck in another world currently, Idia. I honestly don't think we should be focused on. I really don't think we should be just focused on just login streaks here, bud. We really shouldn't be focused on that. Mobaj? Just ignore him. So the moment we opened the book, we lost consciousness and found ourselves in a strange place, dressed in stranger clothes. Does that cover it? It's pretty wild when you lay it out like that, huh? Hey, Malleus. I don't suppose any of this rings any bells for you. Why do you ask? You know a lot of things. I was hoping maybe you knew something that might help here? Anything about the book or the place we're in? Any little tidbit would do. I've never seen or heard of this manner of thing happening, I'm afraid. That said, I sense an odd presence. Wait here while I check to see what it is. Ah! Malleus, where are you going? What if something happens to you while you're alone? What are you gonna do? Run after him on foot? You know you'll just slow him down. Sit tight and wait here. Goodness, he's already flown out of sight. He's must be quite the mage. I'm back. Welcome back, my liege. I'm glad you returned safe and sound. What did you find? What do you find? Endless force in every direction. Also, I can confirm what I previously sensed. There's a place where magic, where the flow of magic ended. Ended as if it just dropped off? Yes, space itself just cuts off at a certain distance from where we stand. When I ventured out that far, I couldn't use magic at all. You couldn't use magic? Just so. We've been brought to a most particular place indeed. My lord. Even a guy as OP as Malleus couldn't use magic? What kind of barrier is this? We're doomed! So basically, even the lizard can... not even the lizard can get out of the woods and call for help. Pity. Hero's hoping he'd finally be useful for a change. Must every word out of your mouth be some slight against Malleus? My liege, permit me to punish this mannerless lout. Oh, hey, thanks for showing me your magical pen. Does anyone have theirs? I found mine in one of my pockets. We still have our personal effects. We still have our personal effects, but despite the outfit change. Wait, magical pens? You're not familiar? They're tools for facilitating spellcasting. Are you a practitioner, Scully? Oh, he is. I smelled the magic on him. He's got about as much as you, Appel. Goodness, you can tell? What an astute fellow. You're right, of course. I'm a very minor mage. I go to school for it, actually. You do? How old are you? I'm just 16. Why, you're the same age as me. Sebek's a big guy, and you're even taller than he is. So I figured you'd be older than me. You're both my age? Wonderful! I feel like we're bonding already. Now I'm curious at how tall he is. Cause Sebek is a pretty tall dude. We are not! I suspect he came across as older due to his demeanor, not his height. He's much more refined than you two. have the officiating mage stones to writing implements and standardized stones to boot. If I'm not mistaken, that means you could use all. That means you can use. You all use magic under the same conditions without worrying about discrepancies in the main stone's quality. How wonderfully fair! Is it different at your school? Oh, it most certainly is. I'm sorry to ask, but would you mind terribly if we avoided further discussions on the topic? I have a rather low opinion of that place. It's filled with brainless dunderheads, hardly worth dwelling on. There's not even a single person there capable of understanding my suffering. Everyone on Sage Island knows about magical pens. We Nightworthen college students carry. So how does he not? Who is Scully? We are all here. Here we all are, house wardens of 6 dorms and vice house warden of the 7th. None of us has ever seen him before, and we can rule out him going to our school. Especially since he doesn't recognize Malleus, a guy who sticks out like a sore thumb everywhere he goes. Considering he's a student mage who was in town, I thought he might go to Royal Sword Academy. But it makes no sense for our SA student not to recognize a magical pen on sight. Then again, that school is so full of oblivious airheads. Maybe it isn't actually outside the realm of possibility. I could see someone from that school going, "Oh, those pretty pens you guys carry have mage stones on them?" Just imagining it makes me annoyed. So he goes to either Royal Sword Academy or some other school. He doesn't seem interested in discussing his school though. We won't be narrowing it down any further for now. Alright, we've ascertained that we won't be able to use magic and escape this forest. Nonetheless, simply waiting around and hoping for a rescue isn't in our best interest. Agreed. First things first. We should explore the area a bit more. Hello, Warlock! I'm going for the Halloween event in this game. But hello, welcome. Yeah, I'm going through this event a slight bit. As an excellent. Yeah, I've been stuck working on commissions, so that's why I've been kind of like not active, because I want to like finish out what commissions I have. Also, I want to work on a few things with this like look on like the PNG tuber I have. So I have some other. So at some point I'll have some other expressions down the road. But at the moment, I just have this. I do have plans on making some like little expressions. But yeah, I was in the mood to play Twisted Wonderland and showcase it off, especially since tomorrow drops the anime of this game, because there's an anime coming in tomorrow, but it's following the manga, which is still following the storyline of this game. It's just the presence of the main character, which is you, in the it's coming in tomorrow. Sadly, the Disney Plus thing, but it is coming in tomorrow. And the cool thing is, all the voice actors from the game, from the Japan side, are refilling their roles for the anime. So I can probably go through the epilogue at least a little bit after this book. Yeah, because these guys do have voices. It's just during the mini events, like the seasonal events that get dropped, the mini stories that are in the seasonal events don't have as much voice acting wise. There's a few exceptions, like little moments here and there, like for example a little bit earlier, Scully here. This is Scully J. Graves. I'm sad that I have to wait until next year to get his card because he is a special character. So I cannot get a hold of him, sadly. But I do want to get a hold of his card, especially knowing who is his voice actor. I do want to get his You want to escort me? Of course, your hand, please. You make it sound like you know your way around. I don't, unfortunately. But doesn't wandering around a strange forest hand in hand sound just delightful? No, it sounds like what lost children do. This guy is trying to brute force speedrun friendship. This goes way beyond extroverted. Idia here is an introvert. He is a shut-in hikikomori. He does not like social interactions like any means. So he is very much a gamer, like a shut-in gamer. Yeah. Also, I really like the looks of these guys. Scully's the gentleman. I'll have to make certain Scully is quite the gentleman. I have to make sure I have to make certain I keep up. Being a gentleman isn't exactly the issue here. Anyway. And let me show off the cards so I really like what they did for this event. Cause wrong thing. Wrong click. So I'm gonna use Leona as a good example of what what they did with the style. This is Leona normally. This is what he normally looks like for one of the characters in this event. Very more smoother lines and so forth. But I actually... But if I go to his Halloween event, this is what he currently looks like in the... Actually, no. Hold on. Let me just go to
道端
Here
で
you go.
演奏してた連中。次に見かけたら何かリクエストしてみるか。俺は明るい曲が好きなんでね。
I like the factor they made them sketchy. I like the look they put onto these guys where it looks a little bit more sketchy than their normal looks. Here we go. Yeah. This is like his normal thing. And then if I switch to his like to this look, their nightmare suit version, they actually have some really cool I like what they did where they all look a bit more sketched up in the sense of the line art. I really goddamn like that. It is a really fun thing that they did, and I really appreciate it. Because the whole story is, they ended up in a book. They were doing, taking part in a secondhand book fair. And Grimm happened to stumble onto, more like tripped over a book that they stumbled upon, which was a magical book that kind of warped them into the story. So they are now stuck in this storybook without them realizing. How I know is because this is not the first time that this happened. This has happened before, but with a different thing with Leo and Stitch. Specifically Stitch. I honestly
次に見かけたら何かリクエストしてみるか。俺は明るい曲が好きなんでね。
So, right now there are some cards active in the gacha. The three SS, there's rare, there's SR, and then there's SSR. Leona, Jamil, and Sebek are the SSR cards. Riddle, Trey, Jade are the SR cards. So is Idia, but Idia you get at the end of the story. Everybody else is rare in this event. I've only got Leona. I do want to get Jamil and Sebek, but while I don't, part of me is like stuck on the fence on pulling, because right now I am at 90% with their with the gacha pulls. Well, not 90%, 90 pulls in with the gacha event for this like thing, because they actually share. They'll share a full a gacha bar for the pity points. So if I go to them, you see here, this is like 100 pulls in, they guarantee an SSR. I don't have Jamil, but I know Sebek's coming around the corner, and I don't know if I want to roll. I don't know if I want to roll now and guarantee an a SSR right now and possibly get Jamil, or wait until Sebek comes out and do the roll for him. Yes, I said earlier I want to get Sebek, and I still do. It's just part of me wants all three of them because bit of collectathon nerd. So literally, like, if I pull right now, I'd be guaranteed an SSR in the batch. But I do not know if I really want to do that right now. And that SSR is not guaranteed gonna be Jamil. Jamil has the highest chance of being get from that selection. It's just it's just a case of like there is a chance to get other SSRs, because when I was rolling for Jamil, I actually did not get him. I got Vil here. This is the SSR card I happen to get. Yeah, it's a gacha game. It is a gacha game, but it's like with cool outfits and such. You can do combat with these guys too. There's a whole rock, paper, scissors element with status effects with these guys. For example, as you can see, Bill here is a plant void or cosmic type card. If I unlock him enough, he'll get like a third spell, but that's only with the SSR cards. Yeah, so how it works is, actually I can show.
実力を見せてもらおう。
Yeah, it's so let's actually.
心配するな。
へえ、いい度胸が終わりだね。
So this is a combat situation. So, this is how it normally goes, is where basically it tells you what element is guaranteed, but one is unknown. And it'll give you an estimation on what elements it might end up being next. But since it's a exam, quote-unquote exam battle, it's a guaranteed water. So, but not only that, but there is certain combinations of like buddy systems. So if I have certain characters within the group, that means they give each other bonuses by presence alone. But also the SSRs have a cool setup where basically if you upgrade their second spell enough, they can do a quote-unquote duo attack, where if you have that Pacific buddy with them, they'll be able to do a much more stronger spell. A good example is Ace and Vil here.
俺が倒しちゃいますよ、ビル先輩。
あら、やってみせ。油断は禁物。油断したな。時間の無駄ね。おっ、なりすぎ。
考えたさ。サポートは足一つっすよ。
前。
それ。
本気とか受ける。
夕食にしてやる。
よろしい。
やるか。なめんなよ。
デュース、僕の命令は
絶対です。
体内に。
よし。するだ。
Yeah.
しょうがねえな。
信じるぞ。
So
しっかりやれ。
感謝しなよ。
ほら。
バカ。
たわいないな。
どうだ。
So the number of health is actually the combination of everybody in your team.
真剣に考えた。あんたにはもったいないか
足
ら。
一つっすよ。
それが本気。
よし。
面白い。わかった。
信じるぞ。
しっかりやれ。
なめんなよ。
よし。デュース、僕の命令は
絶対です。
所詮この程度だ。
There we go. Yeah.
当然の結果ね。あんたと私じゃステージが違う。
素晴らしい。その調子で今後も励むように。
Yeah, there's actually a really cool setup for like and there's actual status effects to things as well. Why am I clicking on that a lot? For example, Vil's SSR card here. His is actually really interesting because his does curse, and if I remember correctly, curse makes it so that if someone someone from the opponent's side tries to heal, they won't be able to heal, if I remember correctly. So he basically stops healers, which is actually really cool. Yeah. Also, if you're wondering why Malleus here has 3 spells, I just unlocked his 3rd spell and leveled it up to 10. If you uncap a card, like the SSR cards to a certain degree, you can actually get their like 3rd spell, which is an option. I just wanted to get his card uncapped, because he is actually my support card. I actually because right now I have Leona. Right now I have Leona as the support card, which is basically if you go into story, you can actually pick out a random card from other players. There's a little bit of a multiplayer like help system where you can actually grab another card from a different person to help out. The reason why I have Leona is because of the guest room.
寝ぼけて見間違えたわけじゃなさそうだな。外した頭を投げ合って遊ぶとは気味の悪いガキどもだ。
The guest room is basically a thing to level up cards without uncapping, in the sense of giving it some extra levels of like a slight uncapping like means without having to spend perfume. But for the design choices of like some of the furniture items you'll need to make, you need to like make them with materials, and you need to get materials by either going through the shop or by combat called battle gauntlets or crafter's gauntlets, I believe it's actually called. Let me see. Let me clean that.
オリジナリティのある部屋だな。
Out of everything that pops up, it's Jamil's. God, it's tempting me. Tempting. But yeah, it's set up to have. So Crafter's Gauntlet helps with getting materials, and with that I can actually craft things in this. Right now there's the Halloween event has its own like recipes for like outfits and so forth, so I'm saving up to get some of the items so I can at least have one of everything. Outfits I don't mind, because I can actually just craft the outfits with no issues once I get everybody in some manner. Okay. There's also a rhythm game portion. Actually, hold on, let me. So.
Yeah,
so there's a thing called Twist Tunes. Let's do. I'm gonna do Dance Your Way to Stardom as an example. In the story-wise, all the Twist Tunes will be on easy, so you can actually just bypass them pretty easily. But if you go to this section here, you can go through to normal and then hard on difficulty-wise. This is just to showcase the track, because I actually have kind of matched out this pairing because I actually do like the song a lot. This is like one of my favorites, honestly. Probably because this was my first event I was exposed to. I like that little tune. That is like one of my favorite tunes in the event, like past event. They do have a little bit of a longer version. Eee! I'm gonna just play this one because it has no goddamn context on story-wise, which I could probably I can pop up later on. Because I can replay the story to an extent. I cannot do the battles from the event, but I can at least do the yeah, I like this tune a lot. They actually have some good tunes. I like a good number of their tracks. I know each dorm has their own like original theme song, like an original song to their dorm. But I do not have access to those, and I'm not too sure how to unlock them. My personal guess is if I get like the dorm uniforms. Like, if I get all the dorm uniforms for, like, Pacific dorms, then...
寝ぼけて見間違えたわけじゃなさそうだな。外した頭を投げ合って遊ぶとは、気味の悪いガキどもだ。
Yeah, just for the funny. Where's Ernesto? There's Ernesto.
Go! Showtime!
Hi, Ernesto!
おいギデル、見たか？ここの食堂の豪華さと言ったら、今のうちに食えるだけ食っとけよ。
Thieves! Thieves! Okay, goofy lads. What do you mean you don't trust them? What do you mean? What do you mean? They're just goobers. They're just goobers. What do you mean you don't trust them?
カリム君の人の良さには本当に参る。あれじゃ俺が引っ掛けなくても、いずれ痛い目に遭っちまうぜ。
No smiles. I mean, I can pull up the event for where he's from. But let's continue on with shenanigans. Shoot, I forgot where I was. Is it this one or the next one? I have to check. Okay, no, it's next one. Okay, skip. There we go. Place them in our debt. Malleus! I think that's a misspell. There's some misspelling in the translations because this is a game made in Japan. So they have to do like translations. Funny enough, in the Japan servers, they're about 2 years ahead of us. Like they had their like 5th year anniversary happen, which is actually really cool. Yeah, so we're only around 3rd. Yeah, English side we're around 3rd year anniversary. Japan side they're at 5th year. So one of the things that the community likes to do is kind of look ahead in the within the Japan side, just to see what the upcoming cards look like. So we get some like early previews at stuff. Malleus, I found something strange. The rest of us are at Dal now? What did you find? This, sir. Why are there pictures on those trees? I think they're doors. They are at that. Not just 1 or 2, but several. And each door has its own design. I never seen trees like this. Something about them gives me the creeps. Don't get too close to them, Appel. The rest of you should be careful too. There's no telling what might happen. True, or we could try opening this pumpkin door and see. Jade! Jade! He opened it just like that. Don't do that! At last, what a shame. It's just pitch black inside. Nothing came jumping out. You were hoping something would? Interesting. It looks like there's space down below, but I can't see the bottom. I wonder where it leads. Oh yeah, I like not only the fact that their colors are seemingly muted, but they also have a very sketchy look to them. Like the line details on like the hair or like smaller details like the outfit are much more sketchier. Like even the shadows are like sketched in a way, which I really like. Which is one of the reasons why I want to get all the cards for this event. If only there was a way to see what's inside. Whoa! That wind! Ah, I'm falling! Someone help! He just grabbed Grim. Don't grab my tail! Oogie, help me! So heavy. My arms are Actually, I haven't gotten it to leg. He's stuck at my leg. What? What's the big idea? What? Hey, what are you doing? It appears Oogie and several others have fallen through the door in a daisy chain. No, Warlock. If you remember the movie How Strong the Wind Is that pulled Jack into the Christmas door, it's magical wind. I know full well Sebek would probably easily lift us in normal means. The dude can carry up to 8 chairs, just by a simple stance. The dude's strong. Like, Sebek is like super strong, so is Leona. Like, there's a, these guys are tall characters. I'll have to pop up, like, some of the guys' height, character descriptions again, to have you look at, like, how tall these guys are. Because these guys can get pretty tall. Like, Malleus alone is, like, around 6 foot. Actually, I think a little bit more than 6 foot. So the dude is tall. But, Sebek is definitely on the bigger side. And he's able to lift pretty easily. It's just, we're dealing with some magical wind here. Well, in this film there's a lot of different magic. It appears Oogie and several others have fallen through the door in a daisy chain. Also, I still like the fact that Jade just does not, like, mention the others. They just only mention our name. Also, ad break on the Twitch side. Yeah. I'll wait until, let me do that, and then I'll be right back in the sense of bathroom break. back. Let me hide that. Not much. I literally just kind of like took a quick restroom break. For the moment. Anyway, what now? Do we ignore them? I second that motion. No, I say we go to their aid and place them in our debt. Azul! I'm not surprised. I'm really not. He is themed off of Ursula in a way. This guy right here is he's not Ursula, but he has heavy like Ursula inspirations to him. So, yeah. With this many house warnings around, we can hardly let fellow students go missing on our watch. Agreed. Let's enter the pumpkin door. Ouch. Also, I know a fun fact with Scully's voice actor, because Scully does have a voice. It's only heard a few moments during this event, but he does have he'll have a card next year for people to get, and during his vignette he'll be talking. Because with the special characters, they like to give his vignette, which is a mini story involving that character, actual voices. Normally, everybody else does not get voices because you already heard them plenty enough for the main story-wise. But the special characters here tend to get like special vignettes where they're actually heard, which is actually really cool. But I found that Scully's voice actor is someone that actually I know in the sense of character-wise, because I grew up with Detective Conan. Well, more on the English side when it's was known for Case Closed, but I still like the series to a high extent. So, in Detective Conan, and one other series particularly, but that's with Kato Kid. There are two characters in Detective Conan that is voiced by the same voice actor as Scully. Shinji Kudo and Kato's Kid, who is also known to play Usopp in One Piece in the Japan side as well, which is actually really cool. So, Scully's voice actor has... Kato Kid is the magician thief. He's oftentimes wearing a white fancy suit and so forth, and steals using magic tricks. I can't believe I let a gust of wind send me tumbling. How careless of me. Careless is you dragging me in with you. I think I might have grabbed onto something too. Yes, my scarf. You don't even have a scarf, so that's a typo. That's a big typo. I think he's supposed to say his jacket. But... yeah, that's a typo. Because he doesn't have a scarf. So I think he meant his jacket that's like resting over his shoulders. I was so caught off guard that I couldn't reach in time. How could this happen? How could I embarrass myself in Malleus's presence? Better question is, how could you drag me along for the ride? You're the one to talk. I bet you didn't even realize you grabbed onto me. How could that tree have this much space inside of it? That inward curling hill. I've seen it in pictures so many times. How could it be? No matter. That's impossible. But what if... Scully, does something about this place ring a bell for you? There you are! Is everyone okay? Malleus! Adele! You came after us. I apologize. I can't apologize enough for putting you through such hardship, my liege. It's fine. I'm glad you're safe. Did you follow us through the pumpkin door? Yeah, getting separated seems like a bad idea. We were so possessed with worry. Why? What else could we do? Smack, smack, smack. You can't go 5 minutes without lying through your tentacles. Can you, you klepto punk? I must say, I wasn't expecting a place this strange on the other side of the door. It's even darker than the forest was. Are we in a graveyard? It's hard to say. Scully seems to know something, but... What's this? Zero! I think we have some new visitors. Also, you're asking the one character that is named Scully J. Graves if he's a fanboy who has a Jack Skeleton look to him. Huh, I wonder. Is this real? What's this? Zero. I think we have some new visitors. Who's there? Could it be? Who am I, you ask? I am the Master of Fright, ruler of the night. People cower at the name of the Pumpkin King. Yes, it is I, Jack Skeleton. Also, I love how much effort they put into this. So, cool fact, all the animations you see with the movement and so forth, it's rigged up with 2D Live, in a way. So, like what VTubers tend to use. It's set up to... So it's actually really cool. Talking skeleton! What in the world? A skeleton? A ghost? No, a fae? There are no such fae. He's clearly a monster. He's so tall! Zero! Ah! Is that a dog with a glowing nose? A dog? That's a dog? Right, so funny thing with Azul and Jade in the group, they're merfolk. So they're still they have not experienced much on land creatures. So it's kind of gone to a fun little joke that they do not know exactly what a dog is, because this is the second time they've questioned what is a dog. The first time being Stitch with the other book we've gotten sucked into. It has ears and it barks. That makes it a dog, doesn't it? Actually, if you look closer, its nose is a pumpkin, and it has no legs. It's see-through. Is this real? Are you Jack Skellington himself? You know who I am? Of course I do. Sir, Jack Skellington, I've known that elusive name my whole life. Maybe you have, but I'm drawing a total blank. I've never seen or heard of anyone called Jack Skellington before. Me neither. I'm sure I've never seen a monster like this. Deplorable. Mr. Skellington, please be patient with these uneducated individuals. Excuse me, uneducated? Scully, you're actually familiar with this guy? Absolutely, he's my idol! Pardon me, I got a bit carried away there. I should start with a more fundamental question. Are any of you familiar with Halloween? Certainly. It would be stranger if we weren't. Why? You know what it is? Does that really merit shouting over? Everyone in our group is well acquainted with it. Oh goodness, that's fantastic. I'll skip the main point then. Believe it or not, Mr. Jack Skellington here is the king of Halloween. He's a legendary figure responsible for creating the Halloween I love so dearly. Right you are. I am the Pumpkin King, the Master of Fright, and King of Halloween. I'm flattered you know who I am. Oh my goodness. How deeply you humble me with your words. You are the great man who created Halloween. I am beyond honored to have the privilege of meeting you in person. How elegantly they bow back and forth. Yes, their gestures are flawless. Not that this is the time for any of that, of course. Hey, have you ever heard of this ruler of Halloween guy? No, I have no recollection of anyone by the name of Jack Skellington. The King of Halloween, the Master of Fright, the Pumpkin King. These titles are quite new to me. Likewise, for the record. Ditto. Halloween the 31st of October is the one day a year when ghosts come back from the afterlife. It's when the living dress up as ghosts and throw a grand welcome to our spectral visitors. Everyone in Twisted Wonderland knows that much. But nowhere in any of the associated lore is there a single mention of Jack's skeleton to be found. As much of a shame as it to say, it's not surprising none of you have heard of him. Legends about Mr. Skeleton are only passed down in relatively small geographical regions. And where is that? My hometown. That's way beyond relatively small. It's a little burge in a foggy valley. Everyone there loves Halloween and holds its creator in the highest esteem. You mean me? Absolutely! There is no exception, of course. I love you and Halloween more than anything in the world. Fanboy. Fanboy. But when I left town, I found that Sicily, no one had ever heard of you. At school, I tell people stories about you and Halloween, and no one would believe me. Simpletons, a lot of them, and I'm still quite cross about it. That explains why you wanted to avoid talking about your school. But now I get to meet Mr. Skeleton in the flesh, or so to speak. Am I dreaming? If I am, I hope I never wake up. It's more of a nightmare than a dream in my estimate. The skeleton really is moving. It's not illusion magic, right? It's a real, actual skeleton. Stop calling him a skeleton. He has a name. Call him Mr. Skeleton. Oh, please, call me Jack. Everyone in town does. Town? There's a town here? Of course. Where are you folks from? We're from Sage's Island. Actually, maybe it's better if I say we're from Twisted Wonderland. Twisted Wonderland? I never heard of it. You never heard of it? That's impossible. Why, that would mean this place is... It couldn't be. Could it? Yeah, it's what I feared. The worst possible, worst case scenario. We're not in Twisted Wonderland anymore. We're not? If we're not in Twisted Wonderland, then where are we? How should I know? Between that forest, those doors, and this skeleton, it's clear that we're in a place that defies what we consider common sense. What is it, human? This is just like an isekai transmigration, like a novel plot. It's what, the one that, who summoned us here is gonna show up and tell us to fight the evil overlord and save the king, and I'm telling you, that's what's gonna happen! Idia, you've been too much into... Actually... The funny thing is, us as the main character in this, we are in this is not our first time being isekai. Technically, we're from another world other than Twisted Wonderland, so this is not our first time being warped into another world. This is like our second or third time now, if you count. I say second or third because the other book. But we gotta watch out because we never know whether the summoner is is telling the truth or trying to trick the hero. Stop prattling about on about such other nonsense. Oh no, my liege, what is happening? I fear King Solid has summarized rightly. I sense no magic from skeleton or this area. Yet something that should be by all rights be improbable and silent is standing before us, chatting happily away. It would seem the book has sent us to a world separate from our own. My lord, then what will become of you and Blair Valley? This is absolutely wonderful. Just the first turn of events. Forests? There's nothing fortunate. There is nothing fortunate about this. We have to get back to school. We certainly do. Jack, we would like to return where we came from. Do you know any way to leave this place? What do you mean leave? I'm afraid you're losing me. Oh! You want to leave the hill? That's not what we meant. In that case, let me show you to my town. Really? You do that? Certainly, everyone in the town loves a good time. They'll welcome you with all with open arms. And who knows? Maybe you fellows can help solve the trouble that that's been plaguing me. What trouble? Now then, follow me. I'll lead the way. Come on, Zero. He reached his own conclusion and promptly marched off towards it. That's a rather pushy way of doing things. Scully was way too happy to run along after him. What should the rest of us do, though? That's the question. Huh. Who would follow that skeleton? It's beyond suspicious. I couldn't risk endangering Malleus. I think we're way beyond debating things being suspicious at this point. That said, I must sit back on this. We should proceed with caution. You think so? If there's a town here, that means there are people as well. We could use all the intel we can gather. You're just enjoying the ride, and you know it. I think we should visit a town. We're not going to make any progress just huddled in place. I'm not suggesting we huddle in place. I simply believe we should think this through carefully. What if we're bravely stride behind enemies' lines and disaster befalls us? There's bravery and then there's recklessness. True, Sebek's making a sound case. Everyone's making decent points, but we just don't have enough to go off of to decide for sure, one way or another. Let's say we put our course of action to a vote. That would make things fair. True, I doubt any amount of debating will arrive at a conclusion all of us find satisfactory. Wait, all of us? 1, 2, 3... Hold on. We're missing someone. Huh? It's there's. I see someone running over there. The see-through dog keeps sniffing at me. It's creeping me out. Stay back. Grim, what is he doing? Nah, the dog's chasing him. Considering Jack is the dog's owner, Grim's bound to end up herded after him and Scully. Grim! Running will only make the dog chase you more. I'm not sure telling him that is helpful right now. Oogie ran off after Grim. I don't think we have time to vote. After them. Why am I the only one he's licking? He's taken quite a shine to you, Grim. I'm green with envy. Grim! Oogie! Get this dog off of me! I thought we were gonna lose you guys back there. Jack has a remarkably long stride. It was quite difficult catching up. Wonderful, you're all here. Welcome to Halloween Town. Can we appreciate the background art? Like, the background art's really pretty. Like, just look at the pretty background art. It's real. How many times have I dreamed of coming to Halloween Town? Silence, the desolate, the somberness, it's beautiful. It's every bit as perfect as I imagined. It's dark. It's scary. Oh, thank goodness. At least some of us have a reasonable reaction to this. What a tacky town square. I've heard of brutalist looks, but this is ridiculous. There's a bunch of scary tools. I don't even know how anyone could use... This is creepier than, Pompadour's basement. The atmosphere is positively frightening. It reminds me of the ramshackle dorm. Thanks, Jade! At least that place got fixed! Jesus Christ, Jade! You don't have to fucking bring that up! The ramshackle dorm is the dorm that we live in. Come on, the ramshackle. You don't say. Don't act flattered. It wasn't a compliment. There are jack-o'-lanterns all over this place. It is like this. Is it like this all year round? It's certainly eerie enough to live up to its name. Where have you been, Jack? I've been looking all over for you. Huh? Sally! I found some visitors and was just escorting them into town. We have visitors? First the scary skeleton and now this? A patchwork rag doll that speaks? Is it magic? Seemingly not. It's a being just as mysterious as Jack himself. Are you by chance Miss Sally? Yes. That's my name. Do you know who I am? Oh, I most certainly do. They say you serve as the central pillar of Halloween Town with your wits and sensibility. Moreover, the potency of your feelings for Jack moves many souls. Many a soul. You're possibly adored among the people of my village. Fantasy? Oh my. You must be the villagers Jack mentioned. Welcome to Halloween Town. It's a pleasure. Likewise. You are very sweet. I can tell from the way you shake hands. I've heard tales of your intelligence, Miss Sally. It's an honor to speak with you in person like this. Intelligence, huh? Excuse me, Sally. We're from a place called Twisted Wonderland. Have you heard of it? Twisted Wonderland? I can't say I have. I'm sorry, I wish I could give you a better answer. It's fine, Sally. We need to trouble ourselves with the little things. The little things? How is what's happening to us right now a little thing? We're essentially grappling at straws at the moment, Miss Sally. Is there a direction you could point us in? Anyone who might know something or any literature that might provide a hint? We'll take anything you can offer. Just a heads up, an ad will start in about 20 seconds, so I am gonna be popping this up for a moment just so Twitch side can go through the ads without issue. So give me a moment on the front. And then, oh, did it already kick, or? I'm guessing not. Okay. I'm guessing it just kind of, like, goofed up there slightly. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. And the reason why it said there was an ad kicking in about 20 seconds, so that's why I did that. Huh. Bit odd, but it's okay. Okay. Oh. No, there we go. There we go. It's saying ad break in progress, so it should be kicking. Yeah, okay, yeah, there we go. Ad times kicked in. For Twitch side. So give me a moment, folks. I'm trying not just give us less than a minute and we'll continue on. Apologize for the small break moment at times. 30. Yeah, we got about 30 seconds left. I hope folks are doing well tonight. And I hope folks are excited for tomorrow when the anime drops for this. Because it is going to be a fun time. Okay. It should have ended. Perhaps there is something in the doctor's books, or a door somewhere in town. Books? A door? Please tell us more. Hold on, slow down. I'd love to help you find your way back home, but I'm afraid we have our hands full at the moment. After all, there are but a scant 3 days left until Halloween. What? It's that soon? You bet it is, though I'm afraid we're still working out plans for this year's celebration. It's just that I've grown so tired of the same old routine. So I've been puzzling over how to make Halloween more exciting ever since we wrapped things up last year. You've been puzzling over it for a whole year? That sounds rough. Yes, which is where you come in. I like all of you to join this year's festivities with us. What? We are stuck doing things. You folks came from somewhere outside Halloween Town, right? You must know all kinds of neat things I've never heard of. My curiosity is piqued. What would you say to offering some ideas on how to run Halloween this year? Once Halloween has ended, I'll be happy to help you find a way home. Hey, Jack. Wait, no, I don't want to mix you up with the pup back at my dorm. There's a character within the game, array named Jack. Jack. I'll show who he is once we're done with this chapter. Hey, skeleton. Is that a threat? A threat? Far from it. I'm tired of menacing people anyway. I wasn't asking about your personal tastes. Oh, this is splendid. I can hardly tell this year's Halloween is gonna be something special. Isn't it this exciting, Sally? I suppose. Jack's back to that bad habit of his. Look at him rejoicing. The things we're saying are going in one ear hole and out the other. He must be the type who gets easily caught up in their own ideas. I actually get to spend Halloween in Halloween Town. What? Talk about a miracle! This must be my purpose in life. There is no doubt in my mind I was born into this world for this exact moment. Mr. Skeleton, I would be beyond delighted to assist you. Jack's not the only one caught up in the moment. This guy is not hearing a word we say either. The two of them seem to be on the same wavelength. And not in a good way. Cool for them, I guess, but I appreciate it if they did something far away from me. What do we do here? We should help Jack. I agree to that call. We received his help. We receive his help going back, and he receives our labor in return. A perfectly reasonable contract, in my opinion. You are one seriously contractaholic. Yeah, Zool's very big on the contracts. I mean, he is themed off of Ursula, so not a big surprise there. TIL. You can match up the word contract with the suffix aholic. It's a hassle, but I don't see any way around it. Let's just help Skeleton out. Well, this is a surprise. I thought you balk at the idea even more than the rest of us. It's the more efficient efficient option. I'm just picking the path of least resistance. I want to get Halloween over with, get back to school, and go to bed. Even if it means having to put up with that bright-eyed, bushy-tailed badger. Oh, there's the nickname. Leona will call folks by animal terms as at some points or another. So when he means when he says badger, it's Scully. You'll be contributing ideas as well. Oh, this is gonna be wonderful. With all of us working together, I'm sure we can make this a fantastic Halloween. Is Scully the badger Leona was talking about? I don't know if I call him a badger, but his giddy demeanor can be rather grating. Halloween seems to be all he ever talks about. For all I know, it may be all he thinks about. No kidding. He's also been staring at Jack this whole time. He must be really happy to meet him. He wasn't kidding about looking up to him. It's kind of frightening, actually. Now that I'm here, and now that I'm with Jack Skeleton, of all people, I can have the best Halloween ever. Thank you all for chipping in. I should introduce you all, the folks, I should introduce you to all the folks in Halloween Town. Jack! I've been looking for you! Ah, there's the mayor now. I'm so glad I found you. I don't know what I would have done if you disappeared on us. Now we got some triangular guy with a funny hat. Yet another oddball. Honestly, the shock factor is worn off for me at this point. We need to talk about Halloween and soon. What if we're not ready? I got the perfect timing actually. Call a town meeting and I'll tell everyone all about it. When? Immediately! And that is the end of book 1 right there. I would continue on with book 2, but my throat is a little sore because I am not used to chatting that much.
おいギデル、見たか？ここの食堂の豪華さと言ったら、今のうちに食えるだけ食っとけよ。
Let me. Let's change my list here.
祝福ではなく恐怖を送ろう。リーチが鼻歌を歌っていたぞ。
Oh!
見知らぬ町に来たというのに、随分と足取りが軽やかに見える。
I doubt we're gonna be able to hear certain characters until later seasons in the anime because, the anime is centered around, like I said before, the manga, and the manga has basically is set up where it's kind of funny because in the game here they don't do episodes, they do books and then chapters for books as a thing for like what they're calling each thing. But with the manga, they actually call it episodes of and then the dorm name. And right now, it's only been announced that at least 3 seasons have been announced, and each season is going to be themed basically each episode of and then dorm. So for example, first season is the prologue plus book 1. Yeah, so first season is basically prologue mixed with book 1, which in the manga it's called episodes of Hearts of Buell. Then season 2 is with Savannah Claw, and then season 3 is Octavino. So I can actually, yeah. So these are the characters we're going to be mainly interacting with the first season in some manner. And then second season, it's with the cool thing is how they structure it, because how they have it set up is basically prologue, you basically interact with Ace and Deuce here, and then book 1 is Ace and Deuce you're helping them out in a slight bit, but they're also helping you out with the dealing with the issues of Hearts of Buell in a whole. And then when it gets to book 2, the Hearts of Buell characters are helping you out with whatever issue is happening with Savannah Claw. And then book 3, it's Savannah Claw folks helping you out with Octavio. So you actually get like a bit of like interactions with every character in some manner in their own like bubble, which is actually really cool. The manga currently is up to book like 4. It's up to like Scaravia at the current moment, as I'm acknowledging. I think they were announcing, like they did semi-announce the Pompadour book, episodes of Pompadour, more recently. So that's me in the works. So we're gonna be seeing that. Also, the cool thing is each dorm is being interacted by a different version of you. You is basically the default name for the main character. It's spelled Y-U-U. So, I hope they follow the manga where basically, the person who is you in this dorm is. I do not have the books, sadly. I want to get the books, especially the Magician's Guide book, which is basically a kind of like a gaming manual of sorts that gives you tips and tricks about Twisted Wonderland, but also has concept art with the characters, which I really want. So, this is a big series in Japan, like super big. Also, I am excited yet terrified for the English voice actor for Floyd. So Floyd is the twin to Jade. Him and Jade are twins, but they have two different voice actors because how their personalities are. Because you saw how Jade is with him being more calm and collecting and so far like that. Floyd here is more chaotic. He is a lot more of a chaotic fucking dude. And I found out who his voice actor is for the English side, and I am excited yet scared. Cause his voice actor for the English side is the same voice actor for Sun and Moon for Security Breach, including Glamrock Freddy, Foxy, Toy for, yeah. And let me do. I don't have any SSR cards of him, but let me do this as his like. I like the fact that we can replay the gacha mission. This is like his playland attire, but
ここが遊園地？いいじゃん、よくわかんねえアトラクション多くてテンション上がってきたわ。猫ザメちゃんって喋んないと閉めちまうぞって詰めてもぼーっとしてるの。つまんね。遊園地にいるんだからハメを外して楽しんだもん勝ちでしょ。後のことは後で考えればいいじゃん。ジェイドがはぐれた？一人でも絶対どっかで楽しんでるから放っておいても大丈夫だって。なあ小エビちゃん、どのアトラクションから行く？ローラーコースターでもフリーフォールでもいいよ。小エビちゃん、フライドポテトあげる。お礼なんていいよ。激辛スパイスかけすぎて食えねえだけだし。どう？俺、いい感じになった？テンション上がる。ねえ、もっと楽しいね、恋人ちゃん。
Yeah, so
今日は何でもできそうな気分。俺の本気見せてやろうか。
yeah, so that's just regular Floyd in like normal Japan. Like his voice actor is gonna be in the anime. Like I said, all the voice actors for the game has reprised their roles in the anime. So there is no new voice actors in the Japan side. It's the English side that is gonna get the new ones.
俺も今日は恋人ちゃんと同じ授業にしようっと。誰にすんの？俺がどの授業を受けたいか当ててみて。ジェイドなら絶対当てるよ。ふぅ。テンション上がらないから昼寝できるやつがいい。始めよっか。真面目に勉強して俺偉い。俺に締められたいの？なんで勝てると思ったわけ？
Yeah, so this dude already has a goddamn tone to him.
くすぐって俺もやり返す
He already has a goddamn range to his voice just by the Japanese voice actor alone. His English voice actor has so much range to it, and it's going to be a fun time with that. I also found out today that Azul's English voice actor is Shayu. Let me...
これは素晴らしい。どうです？僕の目覚ましい成長具合は。まだまだこれからですよ。
This is what Azul sounds like.
ああ、体中に力が満ちている。これからもあなたとはいい取引を続けたいものです。あなたのようなお人よし、この学園ではいいカモにされるだけでしょう。せっかく高めた魔力は有効に使いたいですね。宝の持ち腐れなんてごめんですから。
Yeah, this is what Azul sounds like normally.
博士さんに助言したところ、お礼として渡されたのが骨でした。この町では定番の報酬なのでしょうか。
I know he has.
群れを統率するのは賢いものであるべきです。そう、オンボロ漁を使った催し物の計画を立ててみたので、ぜひご検討を。
So one voice actor I'm kind of curious about because I actually have not actually heard him. The only roles I've actually heard him speak is like SPO, but like I have not actually heard who's going to be voicing Rook on the English side. Because apparently Matt Mercer got the role for Rook here. Let me. I'll do his thing because I have a lot more lines for him on that front.
マーベラス、実に素晴らしい。成長というのはワクワクするね。
Yeah. I shared a little image in the Discord server. Hold on. I shared an image in the video selection of like who's voicing who. If you scroll up a slight bit, you'll find like on the 17th in the Discord server. Yeah. Yeah, Critical Role. Like I said, if you scroll up in the videos channel in my Discord, on the 17th, I actually put down 2 images going off a ramble, and you can see who's voicing what character in the English VAs. I accidentally not. Give me a moment. Yeah. Okay, note to self. I gotta re-sign into Vintage Story at some point because I kind of goofed up there, so it's like, but anyway, actually, but yeah. So.
ああ、一年の始まりを感じる清廉な空気。実に気持ちがいい。吸い込めば心まで現れるようさ。
Yeah, this is Rook, and this is who apparently Matt Mercer got for voice, for character
私
wise.
の新年の目標かい？そうだね。君が持つ新たな美しさを私が発見できたなら。
The only reason why I have I put up his New Year attire, because normally he looks like this. Is because the New Year I had his New Year's attire up on my home menu a lot, so during New Year's, so I have a lot of voice lines from him.
どんな選択にも責任を持つのが美しき者の務めだよ。始めよう。狩りの時間だ。どうせ戦うのなら美しく勝ちたいものだ。
Yeah, so I'm curious how he's gonna sound because again, I have not heard from much of Matt Mercer's voice. I've somehow kind of avoided a lot of his roles, so I am not quite familiar with his tone and such things. Another character that I'm actually interested on hearing wise is Leona. Funny enough, because Leona's voice actor is Major Attaway, and the only character I'm familiar with Attaway is funny enough the genie from the Broadway musical. He's played Genie in the Broadway musical, which is actually really funny. Also, that's right. Let me pull up size. So, Sebek is tall boy. He is about 6 feet in size. They use centimeters, so it's a little bit funky. I think the funniest thing is, so Malleus without the horns is actually the same size as Jack. Jack is this character right here. And Jack is about 6'3" in size. He's a tall guy. Also, I personally have a theory. My personal theory with Jack is he's actually more themed off of the wolves from Beauty and the Beast. That's a personal theory of mine because there's no wolves in The Lion King. And Jack is a full-on wolf dude. He is a wolf beastman. Stern focus on betterment. He's kind of misfit who hates acting buddy-buddy with others, but still respects the pecking order. Like, no doubt there's probably some still Lion King influence to his thing, but he's a white wolf. Like, his signature spell is literally that, turning himself into a giant white wolf. And I don't remember seeing any white wolves in Lion King. Leona and Ruggy are understandable because Leona is literally kind of based off a Scar a little bit on his, like, demeanor and such, especially on his, like, backstory to a slight degree. but Leona is his own character. Like I said, like I've kind of mentioned before, all these characters are their own characters. They just have inspirations off of certain elements of the Disney villains and some of the stuff that are connected to those villains. But I personally think that Jack is kind of off of Beauty and the Beast a little bit. Even though his tone about things might be connected to Lion King, but like his wolf aesthetic, a lot of the things I've seen is kind of feeling more connected to Beauty and the Beast, which is really interesting. Here's Kaleem. Kaleem's happy go boy. He's definitely happy boy and such. Let's see.
グレイブスも古本市に訪れていたのか。古書に興味があるものは珍しい。いろいろと話してみたいものだ。
I'm gonna read. So, I've been playing for about nearly 4 hours now. It's like 3 hours and 45 minutes. My throat is a little sore because I'm not used to talking that much. So I might continue the book shenanigans tomorrow. Cause we can cause how we're going, we can actually end book 4 on Halloween. And when it hits the 1st of November, we'll actually get book 5 and finish the book, finish the story altogether. Because these little mini events will oftentimes just be up to 5 books. So we can, I can stop right now and come back tomorrow, and we can continue on to book 2. And when it, like I said, we'll be able to finish the book at the 1st of November, because, well, 1st or 2nd, it depends on how many lessons it'll ask for. Because the thing about these books, for these mini events, it'll ask you to do a number of lessons to unlock all the chapters in that particular book. So it might take me a little bit of time to unlock the full book to go through a full few, because I kind of like to basically have it so I can actually just go through the whole route without any problem. Of just kind of just unlocking everything. But we should be able to be good, especially since November all the stuff on restocks. Cause hi Samson. Cause Sam's shop here. So the star shards here.
Hey, Tony-chan. 欲しいものが見当たらない。このサムにお任せよ。すぐお手元にご用意します。
Sam's shop here sells star shards, which basically is a means to refuel on your lessons. Because you can do basically anything. The thing that kind of limits you is the lessons. And everything here will restock at the start of the month. So we should be able to get all this pretty easily by the end by next month, by the start of it. So, but yeah. So I'm gonna stop for right now. mainly again.
いろいろと話してみたいものだ。
Ad break. Ad break's kicking in, so give me a moment to have. Yeah. So give me. Oh. Yeah, okay. You guys should be back on Twitch side. Okay, so I am gonna... Yeah. Sorry about that. I want to make sure you guys are, like, on the Twitch side at least is still paying attention for game plan wise. But I should have clicked on snooze on that one. But game plan is more Twisted Wonderland tomorrow. We'll do the next book for that. If I can get a hold of the anime, because right now I can't because I don't have Disney Plus, and it is a Disney Plus anime or film. We could watch that on the Discord server because I actually do have a Discord. But if not, we can just go through the story beats in a fun sense because all the stories is voiced. The only thing that isn't voiced is our own character talking because it's us per se. But yeah, I'm gonna stop for right now because again my throat is a little bit sore, but also I'm getting a bit hungry. So everybody have a good day, good night, good evening, whatever as time is for you guys. If you like what I do, give me a follow or subscribe or whatever it is, depending on which platform you guys are on. If you got either follow me on Blue Sky, or Discord or whatever, to kind of pay attention when I go live. But yeah, I'm gonna head out. You guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye!